This is Chris Collum of Oak Brook Corporation. You are looking at the parking lot of the building we have listed for Weir Minerals. Weir has a campus of buildings on the southeast side of Madison. You're seeing in the background here, and we're here to see the 40,000 square foot building that we have listed. You can see the three oversized drive-in doors at the front here, and we will walk inside and take a look at this awesome facility. One thing to note about the entrance here, we're at the end of the cul-de-sac, the frontage road to Stoughton Road, and there's a fenced enclosure there with a gate, and they recently installed a new fence on the north side of this property where it separates from the rest of the Weir property. As we walk inside, you'll immediately notice we've got three very wide bays, each with crane rail and each with a set of two cranes. The cranes in the couple of the bays are 5 tons each, and they can work in tandem. There's two cranes each, and then in the last bay they're 10-ton cranes. Here we see a glimpse of a small break room and a small office space with a bullpen area and one private office. Walking out onto the plant floor here, these guys are just putting their equipment together for shipping. Entrance to the restrooms here, lockers. Big pair of sub panels here. We've got about 30 feet of height here, and the crane rail sits around 22 feet. You can see we've got two 10-ton cranes in this particular bay. They can work in tandem for a total of 20 tons. The blue piping you see is for compressed air. The piping will all stay, the compressor will be taken out. Here you see this enclosure here. This was a room that they needed for specific temperature and humidity controls for curing a product. This particular room will stay. There's specialized HVAC equipment for it. And perhaps another user can use part of it. Looking back toward the front, you can see the middle bay has two 5-ton cranes, and this end bay has two 10-ton cranes. Looking at the back of the building here, there was a large autoclave in this location, and they've now patched up the outside wall. This pit will remain for now until we know what a future user might want. This could be an area that would be a natural for adding a truck dock. In the back of the building, the main building is 39,000 square feet, and then this back appendage is another 900 square feet, so a total 39,900. This was a boiler room. The boiler equipment has been removed. You can see a large drive-in door here, and this could be used maybe for some other purpose for a new user. Looking back down the middle of the bay, you can see the three drive-in doors at the end. I'll walk over here to the main electrical equipment. We have a main feed here of 800 amps at 480 volts. Here's the sprinkler riser. This is a fully sprinklered building. Building was built in 2015, so it's pretty rare to have a building that's only 6 years old come on the market. It's obviously in excellent condition. well taken care for, well maintained. Coming back up to the front, I'm going to pan up. You can see these HVAC units. There's two large units here that bring in fresh air and heat it. And then there's some exhaust units on the other side of the building that exhaust the air. So this has a very good HVAC system. It is not air conditioned, but it does bring in fresh air and moves the air for exhaust purposes. Here is a view down the south side of the building. You can see there's a fair amount of room here between the south wall of the building and the south fence line. Some people have asked us whether they could potentially build a access driveway and then have a full ring around the building. Preliminary indications from the civil engineer say that that is possible. Here we're looking at what I call the back end, or the east part of the building. You can see the building bump out there where the boiler room was, and you can see these two former pits that held the autoclave equipment. These are the areas we think could make for potential dock in the future. And here we see the new fence line, and Weir's going to keep their laydown yard to the right, and this area between the building and the fence could be laydown area for a new buyer. And finally, a view from the cul-de-sac. You can see the two pieces of rooftop equipment, the three large drive-in doors, the completely enclosed fence and gate, and then there is some additional land that's undeveloped where you see these trees that you could potentially enhance the property with more parking or other uses. Thanks for listening and for watching this video. Please contact Chris Collum or Bryant Meyer of Oak Brook Corporation if you have further interest.